Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I said I wasn't going to do any lists for a while, but this one's LEGO related, specifically Hero Factory related. So, this ought to be interesting. And as the title suggests, it is the top 10 best Hero Factory sets from 2010 to 2013. No Invasion from Below sets. So let's get going. We have an honorable mention. It's the only vehicle that, well, I really actually give a shit about, and that is the Furno bike. The version of Furno that we get on that set, not that impressive. In fact, it's more simplistic than anything else. The bike itself, pretty good. Feels a little hollow though in some spaces, mainly the fuselage or whatever you want to call it. Mostly because that was intentional, probably. They didn't have time to work out an engine, but I'm sure the fans can do that, and I'm sure we have. So, this was a cool looking bike. I enjoyed the color scheme. I enjoyed, building it, and overall, pretty cool. So let's get on to the top 10 best Hero Factory sets. Let's go. Number 10 is a cross between two more 2010 sets, and that's Von Nebula and Rotor. Yeah, I put Rotor on this list because, well, along with Von Nebula, these were probably the most Bionicle-like Titan builds of Hero Factory as far as 2010 goes. Rotor, the only problem with Rotor is that fucking hideous mask. It's just... yeah, I hate that mask. So much that I want to burn it. But the rest of the set, pretty alright. Von Nebula had a recolor of a Hydraxon mask, which was pretty damn awesome. And overall, the build I enjoyed. I'm not the biggest fan of the character, but the either of these two characters, but the sets are pretty enjoyable to build. Number 9 is Bulk. Which version of Bulk? The Breakout version, actually, as it says right here. Yeah, the Breakout version of Bulk, even though he was not seen in the actual show. What the fuck? This was a little bit of a beefier version of Bulk. He had some armor, he had some, like these big shoulder pauldrons on either side of his head, in order to, well, give him less head articulation, I guess. But also he had one hand, and the other hand was replaced with a gun of some sort. This was a pretty cool looking version of Bulk, and I really do enjoy the aesthetics of this particular set, so it's pretty cool overall. Number 8 is Core Hunter, the serial killer equivalent of a Hero Factory villain. Yes, this guy, character-wise, he goes around killing heroes. He takes their cores and leaves their bodies to rust. That is pretty fucking metal, I guess you could say. The set looked pretty damn awesome. His lower arms are way too fucking short. His claw blade weapon thing is pretty cool. He's got a blaster as well, which has a bandolier. He's got this awesome color scheme of black and red, and he just looks awesome. The mask looks pretty cool too. Overall, this guy just looks fucking awesome, and it's probably one of the best $15 sets you're ever going to see in Hero Factory in terms of villains. Number 7, speaking of another villain from Breakout, it's Black Phantom. A little bit of a simple sort of build, but I did enjoy the build, and the color scheme with black and 2009 era Metro Red was pretty solid. I also had sparse, little weird color coordination here and there. It came with that little spider thing that had a blaster built into it, which was weird. And The staff was a little minimalist, but for the most part, the set was still enjoyable. And I mean, it's not worthy of Toy of the Year or anything, but back in 2012, it was a solid set. Even better was Firelord at number 6. Firelord, despite the prototype having more of a claw hand build of some sort with actual opposable fingers, yeah, I actually like the set that we got. You have two faces on either side of the mask thing. You know, it's like Voldemort from Harry Potter 1. God, I hate Harry Potter. It's gonna piss off Harry Potter fans. Firelord had this big shield and blade weapon, and he also had a blaster as well, and it was a pretty cool Titan-esque build. He had a couple of jetpacks on his back, and he had these horns attached to his head or something. I guess they're supposed to be horns, but they're actually blades in the color of red, which was pretty cool. I like the color scheme of this guy. Overall, I enjoyed the build, and it looks pretty mean on a shelf. Expanding upon the Firelord type of build is Raka XL at number 5. Yeah, a lot of more of a pseudo-tribal-y stuff. Yeah, you had a lot of spikes and whatnot going on with this one, but Raka from the Savage Planet era got beefed up and turned into a massive Titan set, and he looked pretty fucking awesome. He had a blaster, he had all sorts of spikes here and there, armor pauldrons, and all sorts of reworkings of what he was originally, which was just a $10 set. This was like a $20 set or so, and I really did enjoy the build. Plus the look of this guy, he looks fucking awesome. I mean, he looks awesome on a shelf. I mean, it looks pretty mean with all those spikes and whatnot. It looks pretty fucking metal. I mean, really. The sad part is Black Phantom came out the next year and kind of was a little too minimalist. It was simplified of the Firelord / Raka XL builds. Not a bad thing, but hey, they had to, yeah. So, Raka XL, pretty fucking awesome. Number 4 is Frost Beast, which is a Yeti on steroids. It is a pretty awesome looking beast creature controlled by the evil brains. Yeah, this monstrous frost demon looking thing is pretty fucking cool. I always thought Yetis were supposed to look like that anyway, but at the same time, they don't actually exist. At least not yet. Not that we know of. But this Yeti creature had a paw that had opposable fingers that can flip you off if you wanted it to. It had a bladed weapon on one side. It had these fur pieces here and there. What else can I say? This is a pretty cool looking Yeti build. I enjoyed the build. The overall design was pretty damn good. This was a pretty ambitious set, I must say. It's pretty good. There's one that's way more ambitious, but we'll get to that. Number 3 is Breeze, the Brain Attack version, of course. This is arguably the best version of Breeze. You may argue semantics with me and say, well, actually, the Breakout version is better. Yeah, well, to be honest, the Breakout version is pretty good, but we didn't see that in the cartoon, so that makes it pointless. I like the breakout version of Breeze, but the Brain Attack version really is better in my opinion. First of all, I enjoyed the weapon choices. I also enjoyed the choices of armor and the new core thing that you can open up the things, put the core in, and there you go. Also, the mask looks pretty better. It's nice and silver too. The visor that goes over the face looks that makes it look better in a way. Overall, she just looks pretty cool, and I enjoy this version of Breeze more than any other version of Breeze, and that might piss some people off, and also maybe scare some people, but hey, you never know. It's a great version of Breeze. I enjoy it. Number 2 is Pyrox. What do you do when you get inspired by demonology and other things, and you work for LEGO? You create a demon. A fucking demon with one hand that is a paw with fingers that can flip you off, yes, or do this. And he has horns on either side of his head. He has a very Minotaur-esque face with spikes here and there, and he looks fucking metal as shit. This thing looks awesome. Also, he has like the Ben 10 feet, so he definitely looks like he's got like hooves for feet or whatnot. And the other hand is just a normal fist that has a weapon, a fiery spinning blade of awesomeness. He's got all sorts of this is literally a demon. Yes, there's definitely some stuff that could have gone into it a little bit more, but hey, I like Pyrox as he was. And I mean, come on, he's a fucking demon. He's a fucking demon. You can't go wrong with a demon-looking character from any sort of LEGO series. And this one, pretty fucking awesome. Pretty fucking metal. Demon to your face. And number 1, this should be fucking obvious, Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is the most ambitious Hero Factory set that I've seen in terms of, individual characters. The character himself, not bad, but also kind of mediocre. But the set itself, fucking brilliant. Yes, there's some mistakes here and there. There's way too many ball joints. But that is also a charm of it. You got all these ball joints. You can pose them in different ways here and there. You got all this stuff here and there. Spikes, quasi spikes, black barbs here and there. You got the quasi staff, which I think the prototype version looks cooler. Unfortunately, he has no brains in his head, which is kind of weird. There's no eyes, there's no light piping. Oh well, they had to cut corners somewhere. Also, the torso, it feels like a little too thin. You could add in some stuff. You can add a lot to this set and expand upon it. That's why they released it the way it was, so that the fans, us, can expand upon this set and make it better than it already was. And let me tell you something, this set was pretty fucking awesome. It's probably the most ambitious Hero Factory villain set, or, well, bipedal character I've ever seen in Hero Factory. And it was only in 2011, the second half of 2011. So, if you feel that there's another Hero Factory set that's even more ambitious, you're full of shit. I mean, seriously, Witch Doctor just kicked your fucking ass. And let's not even get into the jokes of the song Witch Doctor by the cartoons. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So that is the top 10 best Hero Factory sets of all time. If you have a better list, post in the comment section below, and let's have a civil discussion on Hero Factory sets. What are the best? What are the worst? I think you already know what are the worst, so maybe I'll do that list too. Yeah, I might. So stay tuned for more videos. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I guess I'm going back to doing lists for a while, just not music-related lists, obviously. Well, unless I do my favorite soundtracks of all time. Yeah, I'll do that too. We'll see. In the meantime, stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.